What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of ForneverNews! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related. And we don't bore you, we get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, welcome back to another episode. As always, in case you don't know, 65% of people watching this right now aren't subscribed, and it helps this show immensely to grow, thrive, and continue on providing the news. If you would hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so you're notified whenever we drop an episode. We drop new episodes of ForneverNews every Monday through Friday, roughly around 6 p.m. EST time. And yeah, we give you guys all the scoop on the latest stuff that we're into over here in these parts. But also, in case you don't know, I have another channel called ForneverNews. For those that have been asking me, Fornev, I like the long format a little bit better. Maybe, I'll watch an episode here or there, but I really want the long format back. I decided I turned the other ForneverNews channel into a essential collective of each week's episode. So far we got last week's episode and the week before that collected into two long format episodes. That way everyone wins. People get their long format, people get the short format, and we just have a great time. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys an insight on that. Let's get to the stories. And first order of business, I wanted to talk about Invincible Season 2, an update from one of the voice actors of the main character of the series at that. Yeah, he recently, a few weeks ago, had spoke out regarding what's going on with Invincible Season 2, and unfortunately, it kind of makes me wonder, when are we going to get this next season, considering, to my understanding, when it comes to the animation process, basically with American-made animation, we pretty much record the lines of dialogue, send them to wherever they're going to be created, whether it be overseas or whatnot, and then they animate to kind of match the mouth flaps. So voice acting is probably early on in the whole scenario of, creating animation. So with this announcement, I guess you could say, it kind of makes me wonder, well, what's going on with the production schedule? When are we going to be seeing those next couple seasons of Invincible? Let's read, though, what was said. The Walking Dead Steven Yeun shares promising update on Invincible Season 2. Steven Yeun has given an update on the second season of Invincible, promising it will be bonkers and possibly better than the first. The Walking Dead star reteams with creator Robert Kirkman and voices the lead role of Mark Grayson / Invincible in the acclaimed superhero animation, which made its debut early last year and was quickly renewed for 2 more seasons. In a new interview with Collider, Yeun confirmed that while they quote-unquote haven't started working on Season 2, they will be beginning at some point soon. I've talked to Robert Kirkman here and there, he explained. He's super excited about it. He thinks Season 2 is going to be even better than Season 1, which I have no doubt about. If you go to the source material, Invincible is an incredible comic, and just thinking about how much story has been told from that run, it's going to be bonkers. I'm really excited about it. Yoon went on to admit that, quote-unquote, he did not expect this level of response in regards to the first season, suggesting there was a strong appetite for adult animation. ForneverWorld only been saying that since like 2010. I've been telling people like, yo, dog, a lot of people would love some adult animation, aside from, Family Guy and South Park type of stuff, like action animation, it doesn't always have to come from Japan and be anime. I'm just saying, like, yeah, Invincible is finally coming in and quenching that thirst that a lot of people have for that style. People really enjoyed the show, he continued. That's not to say I thought the show wouldn't be enjoyed. I just didn't know how many people were coming to it like that. To me, I think it speaks to America's appetite now for adult animation, which is really cool. I grew up on it. I think all of us, our generation and below, grew up on it. Largely, our programming was dictated by the generations before us that didn't necessarily love animation that way. We're in a weird, cool time where I'm seeing so many kids watch anime and so many people watch adult animation. People are learning about Don Hertzfeld. It's thriving. I think we're probably on the precipice right before things really pop off. I think we're going to get some, hopefully, Hayao Miyazaki levels of animation. We do with Pixar, but I just mean coming from different places. It's a new world. It's certainly all brand new, and I ain't gonna lie, I love to hear it, man. I've been saying for a long time, dog, like, what's going on? Like, we haven't had amazing storytelling, action-driven cartoons. Like, I don't know, for me, it was always since, like, the DCAU back in the days where you had Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, Static Shock. All of that stuff was so rich with content of storytelling and whatnot, and we've had, like, direct-to-video stuff and whatnot, but there wasn't really that many shows. I mean, I know some people will point out shows that I personally never really got into. Like, I've heard that there's some deeper themes to Adventure Time and things like that. But for the most part, getting those big action shows, especially at the level of intensity and insaneness that Invincible delivered, American animation has been lacking in that aspect. And that's why I'm a massive fan of Invincible. The awesome storytelling, the awesome action, no holds bars, just everything about Invincible is so amazing to me. So yeah, it seems as though Invincible season 2, it's not quite started just yet. Maybe, hopefully within the next couple months, they'll be going to, record their dialogue, send that thing over to wherever it's going to get animated, and then boom, hopefully by year's end, we'll have season 2 at the very least, and maybe even the beginnings of season 3, or at the very least, it'll be worked on, because I am so ecstatic for Invincible. I ain't gonna lie, I really love that show a lot. But yeah, people, just an update on Invincible season 2 from the lead voice actor that plays Invincible himself, aka Steven Yeun. Okay, people, next up, 2 pieces of news for Blue Lock fans. In case you ain't heard about Blue Lock, it's a manga that is exploding over there in Japan. I want to say it's soccer, if I'm not mistaken, aka also known around the world as Futbol. Football is just like the American term for a rugby. But either way, that series right now, for starters, let's talk about the manga announcement, because according to this, it says Blue Lock by Kaneshiro Muneyuki Nomura Yusuke has 6 million copies in circulation for volumes 1 through 17, and that's an amazing feat already in and of itself, because it's a Kodansha title. It's a sports series. Sports series are now starting to make waves, but 15 years ago, sports series weren't really the thing. You'd have one once in a blue moon. Like, there's always the slam dunk that is just the legend itself, but in between you get a whole bunch of duds. But yeah, this one, Blue Lock, is gearing up to be something big. And also in Blue Lock news, Blue Lock got an anime teaser trailer. The anime is scheduled for 2022, and just looking at the trailer, I ain't gonna lie, some of the visuals of, I want to say that's the main character. It starts off with him like looking down at a city and crying, and it looks like he's joining some sort of club called like Blue Lock or something, and it looks very interesting because he has like these lines coming from his eyes as he's running, and I'm not sure if that's like a superpower per se. Again, I'm unfamiliar with Blue Lock, forgive me, but it reminds me, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of Kuroko. Whenever they would go into the zones and they would have like the little lines, the lights, like one would be red for one person, one would be yellow and stuff like that. That's kind of what that reminds me of, and I hope it's something similar, because I love the whole concept of taking like quirks, essentially like a My Hero Academia type of thing, giving quirks to a sports series. I find that fascinating. I love fantastical storytelling, mixing in and blending in with stuff like sports. That's freaking awesome. So yeah, I'm not familiar with Blue Lock like that, but this looks dope. The trailer looks good. The animation and art looks fire, especially the art. My god, like some of these scenes of when dude is crying is just very freaking detailed. And yeah, Blue Lock, new TV teaser for the anime, and 6 million copies sold, and it looks quite mighty nice. I ain't gonna lie, I'm definitely gonna be watching this one. I missed out on a lot of sports series throughout the years, but this looks like one I might give it a try, and if I like it, I'll keep going with it. Yeah, Blue Lock. Okay, people, next story. We got some updates on the upcoming episodes for the Boruto anime, in particular some provisional titles. We'll probably get the synopsises for these episodes within the next few days, I'd imagine. But yeah, where we're at with the Boruto anime right now, in fact, last night, I want to say before I went to bed, I was catching back up, because I'm like maybe 4 or 5 episodes behind on the Boruto anime, but I was catching back up, and yeah, it's a little hit or miss, obviously, when we get into certain types of scenarios, but I'm just enjoying as a massive fan, and I feel like sometimes it's almost a bad thing. You can't say this in the Boruto fandom, but as a massive fan of Kawaki, I've been loving these Kawaki-centric episodes and this Kawaki-centric arc, so I'm hoping we go more into delving into his character development. But according to this, it says here, courtesy of Organic Dinosaur over on Twitter, shout outs to them, provisional titles for Boruto anime episodes airing in February from the TV Guide schedules. For starters, we got episode 235, and that's for February 6th, Infiltrate Doto Island. So again, I'm wondering, are these going to be episodes just in general of like Kawaki going on different missions with people? Like, I'd kind of be cool with that. I really, really hope, in case you missed my reaction video or just my video in general talking about the latest opening of Boruto, I would be fine with, as simplistic as it may sound, but a rescue Himawari arc. Like, why can't we just get, like, even if it's just 12 episodes, 13 episodes of a run in this anime only stuff that they're doing, Kawaki and Boruto have to team up and throw in Sarada and Mitsuki. Please do give them more development as well, to go rescue Himawari somehow, some way. I said it before, I'll say it again. I think I said like, oh, have it that Boruto took Himawari somewhere he wasn't supposed to, and to not get in trouble, he just says, yo guys, let's go and we'll find her ourselves. Something along the lines of that. That would be dope. Or of course the classic, hey, Himawari was kidnapped and they told the kids to stay put, but Boruto decided to go anyway. And again, it'll just give more development even further to Boruto and Kawaki's relationship as brothers. So again, infiltrate Dodo Island. I wonder what is that going to be about. Then episode 236, Escape, on February 13th. Hearing that episode title makes me think what Kawaki would have been like if he was involved in the jail arc that Boruto and Mitsuki, remember when they went to jail for a little bit of false imprisonment and whatnot. Kawaki would just be a nut in there, like fighting with everybody, okay? Kawaki ain't gonna take no shit. So that kind of gives me a little bit of a chuckle to think, like, imagine they go back to Hozuki Castle. Oh my god. Then we got episode 237, A Mobile Fortress, and that's February 20th. And then lastly, episode 238, The Ship of the Bloodthirsty Killer, February 27th. That one kind of sounds interesting. Maybe they're gonna go have a romp with somebody from the Blood Mist Village. I don't know. But yeah, so far, those episode titles, they tell me that definitely, which is to be expected, that we're going to continue on in anime-only related content. Again, it's to be expected. I wasn't expecting us going any other direction as of right now, because we're still, even though the manga is right now so freaking good with chapter 66 right now, it is so good. You should read the Boruto manga. The anime, we're still too close. And until the Boruto manga either goes into a time skip or gives us enough chapters, again, we're probably going to be in anime-only stuff for a while, which, I don't know, I feel so much better, and maybe it's because I've been with the Boruto anime for a long time now, so I'm kind of used to it, but I don't necessarily despise or dislike when it goes into anime-only episodes like I did 2 to 3 years ago, when it was just an endless void of like anime-only episodes and there were a lot of misses and whatnot. Like, I don't necessarily feel that way. Like, I'm kind of just having a good time laughing and joking, seeing like Kawaki as he's teaming up with Chocho and Shikadai and stuff like that. Like, I'm just kind of having fun with them, so I'm just taking them for what they are, that, you know, they're fun little episodes giving a little bit of development for each of the side characters and of course Kawaki in general. So that's what I'm expecting with these episodes as well. And yeah, that's for the month of February. Seems as though we're potentially again going to be all straight up with anime only episodes, which I expected it. Okay, next up, small update, but I'm very, very hyped for this one as well. For To Your Eternity, it says here, just To Your Eternity Season 2 teaser visual. Broadcasting is scheduled to begin this fall, and it's just a picture of the main character right here, Fushi, and I ain't gonna lie, it's not anything that's gonna be like, oh, I know exactly what is about to go down with this or whatever, but it just looks dope, and I'm excited for it, man. To Your Eternity was one of the best anime of 2021 for me. The animation, the storytelling, it made me cry. Shout outs to all the awesome characters that were in and a part of that season, and just so far this anime in general, like my dude Gugu for life though, that's my guy, and of course Fushi and the old lady, and just in general, man, like, what a ride. I can't believe we're actually getting a season 2, and fairly quickly as well. So hopefully they keep up with some of that crazy animation that it had, which it did kind of in certain parts. I remember there were certain episodes of To Your Eternity that I was like, whoa, they put a lot of budget in some of those other episodes, and they're real big talent in those other episodes, because some of the episodes would be a little bit like, but either way, To Your Eternity is just really, really good. And yeah, that's the teaser visual for season 2. Next up, fans of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm sure a lot of you can relate when I say, oh my god, I really want season 2. I can't freaking wait. Mappa Studios is going to give us some really, really high quality stuff, and the source material is really freaking good. Well, we got a small update on Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, courtesy of the president of MBS. It says here, MBS president comments on possible season 2 for Jujutsu Kaisen anime. The president of MBS television channel, Yoichi Mushiaki, commented on a possible second season for the Jujutsu Kaisen anime during an online press conference held on Wednesday. In the press conference, Mushiaki stated, "At this time, I'd like you all to wait for us to state a concrete plan. However, I think we can provide a development that will meet expectations." The Jujutsu Kaisen TV anime premiered in October 2020, and it had 24 episodes, which makes me wonder, unless they're keeping it on the wraps, which they very well could be, is Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 not in production yet? I mean, I know, for crying out loud, they just gave a film, and it's still technically airing in theaters and whatnot, so they probably want to try their best to not go too much, because we know Studio Mappa, they grab every freaking title under the damn sun, and they have their animators going nuts trying to figure this shit out. So completely understandable there. But yeah, the way he's talking is as if they don't even have it all established of how they're going to move with season 2, which makes me think that there could be somewhat of a wait for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 if they're not fully invested in already creating it, like, or in production and stuff like that. It could be a while. It could be, and I don't want to say a while, because if they do some crazy shit like, oh, 4 years later, oh my god. But if we just got the Jujutsu Kaisen film, it came out December 24th in 2021 in Japan at the very least, we probably shouldn't expect, I'm assuming Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 to start until April of 2023, the earliest. That's my guess, and maybe it could be a little bit earlier than that, but I'd say around anywhere from winter to spring of 2023 is where we're going to probably get Jujutsu Kaisen season 2, because they just did the movie. It takes a while to do anime, and they got 100 other titles that they're trying to do, and I'm sure they want to make blow up or whatnot. But yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen, I'm guessing next year, especially Chainsaw Man gotta drop at some given point in the year. I'm sure they don't want to have Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 competing with Chainsaw Man, because it's only gonna hurt the both of them, because they're both amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, hardcores like me, I'm gonna support the living crap out of both of them at the same time, but they probably want to let Chainsaw Man have it, do its thing, and then okay, boom, once Chainsaw Man is over, we jump straight into the next thing, Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. But yeah, figure I'd provide you guys with a little bit of an update, a little bit of insight on what's going on. Seems as though right now they're in the planning stages, unless he's just being vague because, like to keep things on the wraps for Jujutsu Kaisen season 2. And just quickly, while we're on the topic of Jujutsu Kaisen, I figured I'd share this, that Jujutsu Kaisen by Gege Akutami is on the cover of the upcoming Anan issue 2284, and it's a picture of Yuta and Geto, and it's, to promote, I guess, the film that is in theaters right now, and it looks pretty dope, honestly. I love seeing these anime and manga lately on the cover of magazines and stuff like that. We need to do more of that. That's a great way to promo whatever they got going. Okay, people, next up, we got a big update for Parasyte fans. In case you ain't hear about Parasyte, it is legendary. The anime is damn near perfect. It was done by Madhouse Studios, aka the studio that came before Studio Mappa, kind of took most of its employees and made Studio Mappa. Madhouse, amazing studio, and Parasyte the Maxim was legendary. But according to this, it says here, Parasyte by Hitoshi Iwaki will get a new full-color hardcover print release in English by Kodansha, 9 volumes in total, starting October 2022. I ain't gonna lie, that's probably a must buy. I want to say I got maybe 5 or 6 volumes of Parasyte, and they were like all shrink wrapped, which means that they knew like shit gets a little graphic. But yeah, that is something, I ain't gonna lie, any Parasyte fan probably would want that, a hardcover full colored print. I ain't gonna lie, I got the anime, I got some volumes of the manga. I probably will dip into this too, because Parasyte is legendary, amazing story, man. I can't stress enough how much I love Parasyte, and how great of, honestly, it's one of the best, or better at the very least, anime of the last decade. Like 2014, I think it dropped, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it 2014? It might have been later than that, I'm not sure. But either way, whatever year that shit came out, I'll never forget, like, it took my undivided attention. It was just that damn good, that damn incredible, and it was based off an older story, and y'all know a lot of times the older stories that were great were really great. But yeah, people, Parasyte the Maxim getting a new full-colored hardcover print release in English. I'm here for it. Okay, people, and last story of the episode. According to this, it says here, editor revealed in a talk show 4 days ago that Wano arc will be the most amazing arc ever since Marineford arc, and it's just a visual of them talking in front of like a massively beautiful, if I'm not mistaken, that was what, Fishman Island era art of One Piece and back of them. But yeah, they've been saying that a lot, but I have noticed, I'm not gonna lie, and there's been a little bit of drama in the One Piece community lately of like people going back and forth. I think people are, for the most part, ready for Wano to wrap up. I don't think anybody wants it to rush or anything like that, but I think because we've been in Wano for so long, a lot of people probably would appreciate getting to that next arc eventually. And the fact that they're still hyping up Wano, that is going to be the best arc since Marineford, I'm wondering what's going to happen. I mean, I'd imagine there's going to be something emotion filled, because that's usually what makes an arc impactful, and that's what made Marineford so impactful, the emotional things that went down. So man, it could be some heads is on the chopping block, could be somebody gets captured, it could be, I don't know what's going to go down. But the fact that they're really still hyping up Wano when we're in the final stretch of it, a lot of the major battles have been completed and whatnot, that is telling telling that there's still more to look forward to in this arc. And I think that's good as well at the same time for the community of like, yeah, they're still hyping up that there's more epicness to come. So even though you might be a little bit tired of Wano because we've been in it for several years now, ultimately there's more to look forward to. So don't throw in your hat just yet of saying, oh my God, more Wano. They're comparing it to Marineford, and hopefully they live up to the expectations, because come on, yo, Marineford is legendary. To fill those shoes, I don't think Wano has still met those expectations by any means of what Marineford accomplished. Let's see what this final stretch can do, because Wano has been excellent, but Marineford is just, it's such a small, compact, and impactful part of One Piece. I want to see what they got in store. And yeah, people, those are all the stories we had for today's episode. I'm curious what you guys think. Most important story, favorite story, things that you wanted me to talk about that I didn't talk about, and just in general, your thoughts on the latest episode of our show right here. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in, and you guys just watched another episode of ForneverNews. Have an awesome day.
So just go to